I've just had a fantastic conversation about conducting with Alejandro Rivas, who is a conductor for over several decades and has written a very interesting fictional book that makes use of his own autobiographical anecdotes and to explore what it means to be a director, from training the musical aspects, techniques, directing an orchestra, to the philosophical inspirations behind interpreting a piece. We've also discussed about great conductors, and the history of conducting, from using having to beat the tempo in the 18th century to indicate the players in the orchestra what unity, so that they could play in unity with the beating, to developing gestures that could indicate the musical phrasings, the musical beats, but also the philosophical, emotional narrative of a piece through gesture. Alejandro, what else would you like to mention that we've discussed about?
Well, it's no much I can say, but and more about, of course. But talking about the book, the book is a resume of my experience in the podium, and the experience I had with Ilych, my son, and it's a way of explaining this strange world for many people who doesn't know exactly what is the function or the role of a conductor in the podium. Um, Instead of doing a book full of theory, abstract that nobody will understand, I decided to do it as a novel, and so I created some fictional actors there. And what I try to do is to explain my theory about conducting and my philosophy about conducting through the voices of these imaginary actors. And then, of course, there is a main protagonist in the book. Is a young conductor who, in a period of 2 years, had or has many experiences with orchestras, and especially for a very young conductor, is so difficult to be accepted in the circle of orchestras, because if you consider the aspect that the members of the orchestras are musicians, very high qualified musicians who have been in the best conservatories in the world, and they manage any so much information, very well prepared people, incredibly intelligent, and they expect always to work with the best maestros. I mean, the conductor who have had all the experience in the world and is capable of treating a piece of music of the best way possible, and always to cause an incredible impression. So when they see a young conductor, somebody who is just starting and doesn't have that experience, and they raise an eyebrow, right? That's the way you say, right? They
Yes.
say, well, okay, well, let's see what this kid is bringing us.
Yeah, the skeptical.
So
Yeah.
many orchestras, they of course recognize the talent. They say, wow, this young conductor is going to have a great career in the future. But at the same time, they say, well, kid, you go have your life, learn, study, and come back in several years when you are much more mature person, and you can give us more.
Mhm.
But so it's a very difficult um, way to start for a conductor when you pretended to start in a very early age. Is so unbelievable difficult,
Mm.
because it's very important to have some white hair to be respected in the podium.
Yes.
It's just the way it is. So the
Sure.
experience with Illich, it has been phenomenal, and because well, everything was always very well prepared. Um, he knew the score very deeply, and I was always with him, so he could do things that were always interesting for the orchestra, and to keep the connection with the musicians. But still difficult. And Illich is very talented, and he's now well doing still an excellent career, and I think he has a great future. He's a wonderful and a wonderful human being.
That's fantastic. Well, you
Yeah.
hear it straight from his dad, so it's good to. But
Yeah.
yes, I had the honor to meet Illich as well, and I have yet to go and see him perform. But you can see his. He's got stuff on YouTube. You also have your own YouTube, Alejandro Rivas, which we are putting a link to, where you put your own conducting, your daughter, who's also a musician, performing, and I guess um, also your other daughter, who's a philosopher, studying as a philosopher. So that's fantastic. The whole family is very much into art and music. It was a
As,
pleasure discussing with you, Alejandro, and
no, thank you so much.
your Podium book will be in the link once available. It says in Spanish though, so far.
It is in Spanish. We are looking for a translator.
Cool. Yeah, there
We'll
you go.
see.
So please contact
Okay.
Alejandro if you are interested in it. I read an extract. It was very interesting, very well written. Please go and have a look at the conversation we had to get a deeper sense of what we've discussed and his book and Alejandro's understanding of directing and
Well,
conducting.
thank you so much, Leo, for the opportunity, and it's been an immense pleasure talking to you.
The same. Thank you so much, Alejandro.